GCFR, who approved the project, His Lordship Honorable Justice Kudirat Motomori Ola Tokumbo Kekere GCO, and the Honorable the Chief Justice of Nigeria for allowing it, and His Excellency the Honorable Minister of the FCT, together with the management and staff of the FCT, who conceptualized the project and are now seeing it to fruition. The presidential flag off of the construction of official residences for the judges of the NICN marks a strategic affirmation of judicial welfare, security, and independence. The federal government's ongoing initiative aims to provide secure, luxurious, and fully furnished official homes so judges can dispense justice without distraction. Coming at the 50th anniversary of the statute that first established the National Industrial Code, the Trade Disputes Decree number 7 of 1976, whose commencement date was 1st January 1976. But I must note here that the NIC did not, however, commence sitting until 1978, when the first president of the court, Honorable Justice Paul AIT.LIVE of blessed memory, was appointed. We are particularly elated for this gift of judicial houses for the NICN. The presidential flag off ceremony is not just a significant and commendable milestone. It is coming at no better time than now, more so given this administration's emphasis on improving judicial welfare and independence. Providing safe, comfortable, and secure residences is no doubt crucial for the judiciary to function effectively without fear or external influence. Like other public servants, judicial officers perform better when their personal security and mental well-being are assured. This housing initiative expectedly will address these concerns and enable the occupants to fully dedicate themselves to their judicial responsibilities. The project will thus contribute to a more focused and efficient judiciary. I note and indeed applaud the decision to provide us with judicial housing in the FCT. It is desirable for a number of reasons, which include: 1, vulnerabilities are eliminated in that provision of safe housing in secure environments ensures the security of judicial officers. 2, it promotes institutional dignity in that decent, purpose-built accommodation serves as practical tools to safeguard judicial autonomy, allowing judges to focus entirely on their crucial responsibilities. 3, commitment to welfare is reinforced in that, driven by the policies of the administration, the projects are seen as a bold change to the narrative of judges living in inadequate or rented houses. And lastly, judicial housing represents some kind of long-term asset, in that the houses are designed to ensure that judicial officers are comfortable during active service and have befitting homes when they retire. The Judiciary Housing Project goes beyond rhetoric and is a practical demonstration of support for the judiciary, which reinforces public trust in the justice system. Once again, for us at the NICN, we can only recall with nostalgia the donation by His Excellency, the FCT Minister, when he was governor of Rivers State, of not just of our courts building, but also 4 residential houses for the 4 judges in Port Harcourt Division. This singular support to us has enabled the NICN to function effectively in Port Harcourt, contributing to a more focused, efficient, and impartial court. The provision of residencies for our 4 judges enabled them to fully dedicate themselves to their rigorous responsibilities of interpreting and applying the law, earning in the process public trust in the labor justice system. As I draw the curtains in this goodwill message, knowing Your Excellency's reputation, Abuja has turned a new phase. I have no doubt whatsoever that this project will be of the highest standard and will be completed in good time. The future of the Nigerian judiciary looks bright indeed, and we at the NICN are ready to make it even brighter as we contribute to a more focused and efficient court system. Once again, as I express gratitude, may I seize this opportunity to congratulate Your Excellency and your team on the commencement of this project. I thank you all for your attention.
Honorable Justice B.B. Kanye, PhD, President, National Industrial Court of Nigeria, reiterating what many speakers here have said about the fact that judicial officers do better when their personal welfare and mental well-being is assured. He makes the rounds to greet the representative of the President, the Attorney General, and of course the Honorable Minister of State Industry. And he also says hello to the President of the Court of Appeal, Honorable Justice Monica Dongbam-Benson. We thank him for his intervention. Please appreciate him as he makes his way back to his seat. We have, along with the President, National Industrial Court of Nigeria, justices from the Industrial Court, Honorable Justice Obaseki Osaye Ayodele, Honorable Justice J.T. Agbadu Fishim, Honorable Justice O.Y. Anuwe, Honorable Justice R.B. Hastrop, Honorable Justice E.D. Isele, Honorable Justice M.A. Namtari, Honorable Justice B.A. Alkali, and Honorable Justice E.D. Subilim. We thank you all for coming to join the President of the National Industrial Court and, of course, the representative of Mr. President and the Honorable Minister at this occasion. We welcome you. Your Excellencies, Mr. President has deemed it fit to send a man who is a prince and a man of the law. We are calling somebody else to speak before the Honorable Minister comes forward. But I would like to regale you with his princeship, the representative of Mr. President. In Yoruba, Omoba means a prince, a truly formidable position reserved only for royals. In Kwara State, we're pleased to have in our midst, representing Mr. President today, a Prince of Ijagbo, a historic town in the Oyun local government area of Kwara State. And in traditional parlance, Your Excellencies, you know, he should be walking around with 2 traditional security men carrying spears and wearing snake skin and animal skin, singing his praise. But this prince is a community leader and truly a humble man without guile, who is our own, sitting at the Federal Executive Council. We thank you, sir, for being here with us. Please, let's celebrate the prince. Every day we wake up with somewhere to go. Sometimes it is to visit our friends or have a drink with family. That is casual. It is very important. It is friendship. It is family. But when we wake up to go somewhere where we are part of history, where we are part of legacy, it chimes differently, feels purposeful, and feels powerful. When we leave our homes and go somewhere where we go matters. And I tell you for free, our coming here today matters to each and every one of us because we could have been elsewhere. But we chose humanity and we chose impact, legacy, and support for judicial excellence. We are without a doubt proud of the work the FCT Minister and his team have done and are driving with the support of His Excellency Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whose mantra is not just support for the judiciary and the rule of law, but an interest in the men and women who dispense justice, advocating at all times for justice without bias. And without bias is the gratitude that will be given in her speech today by the Head of Service who is representing the Honorable Minister of State. Please help me welcome FCT Head of Service, Mrs. Nancy Nathan.
His Excellency, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, ably represented by the Attorney General of the Federation, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, Your Excellency, the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Dr. Ezenwo Nyesom Wike, CON, Your Excellency, the Honorable Minister of State, Trade and Investment, the President and Justices of the Court of Appeal, distinguished senators and honorable members of the National Assembly, both serving and former, friends and associates of the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Executive Chairman of the Area Council here present, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am deeply honored to deliver this vote of thanks at the successful commissioning of 10 judges' quarters for the Court of Appeal and the flag of additional quarters for the National Industrial Court and the Code of Conduct Tribunal here at Katampe District. First, I want to thank the Almighty God for granting us the opportunity to witness this landmark event and for protection over the Federal Capital Territory and the nation. On behalf of the Federal Capital Territory, I wish to extend our heartfelt appreciation to the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for gracing this occasion with his presence and for inaugurating these vital facilities. Mr. President, your commitment to strengthening judicial infrastructure demonstrates a clear respect for the rule of law and the independence of judiciary. We are sincerely thankful to our courageous and proactive leader, the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Dr. Ezenwo Nyesom Wike, CON, the Hasken Abuja, and the Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Maria Mahmoud, for their visionary leadership and dedication and hands-on oversight from planning to completion. To the judiciary, we thank you for your continued service and sacrifice in upholding Nigeria's law. It is our hope that these new residencies will enhance security, well-being, and the ability of the judiciary to deliver fair and timely justice to our people. As FCT administration, we reaffirm our unwavering commitment to delivering quality services and sustainable development to our residents. We pledge to continue working diligently to implement projects that will meet aspirations of our people and fulfill our mandate effectively. Our heartfelt gratitude to the contractors and all stakeholders involved. Your professionalism and dedication are truly commendable and vital to the successful execution of this project. Finally, to the numerous supporters of our great leader, thank you for your continuous encouragement and faith in him to do more impactful projects in FCT. Thank you. God bless the Federal Capital Territory. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much. We appreciate the head of service of the FCT for her heart-warming vote of thanks. May I take this opportunity once more to repeat the names of those who would be going to the flag off just across the road, led by the Honorable Minister of the FCT. Of course, the representative of Mr. President, the President of the Court of Appeal, President of the Industrial Court, Chairman, Code of Conduct Bureau, the ESFCDA, the contractor, Senator Jaribe, Senator Allwell. We expect that they would line up behind the Honorable Minister to go for that flag off across the road. Your Excellencies, once your mind is constantly abuzz, once you drink, sleep, and speak infrastructure, you become astute at holding everyone accountable to deliver, no matter what time of day. This we understand of the FCT Minister, Ezenwo Nyesom Wike. But what we need to add is another layer of infrastructural sagacity. When you add that to the new things that he's doing, which is branding, media strategy, and commissioning expertise, a man whose interest is to push Mr. President's renewed hope agenda through infrastructural development in the FCT. He has also delved into a high-level branding of project delivery, often thought to belong only to creatives. The Honorable Minister of the FCT has elevated commissioning to a high art, inviting the creme de la creme, attracting top-level personalities, FCT, FCDA staff, communities, and stakeholders concerned. Every FCT, FCDA commissioning is an event with cadence and flair. The icing on the cake is a special guest of honor for this event, which always is His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, or his representatives at the very highest level. Add that to the live coverage where he says, I want them to see what Mr. President is doing. If they turn right, they'll see it. If they turn left, they'll see it. Everywhere, I want them to be suffused with media that tells them what Mr. President is doing. A man whose infrastructural flair is well recognized, but whose branding and media savvy is now well known. Welcome with me, Hasking Abuja, FCT Minister, Ezenwo Nyesom Wike.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, ably represented by the Honorable Attorney General, Minister of Justice, Prince Latif Fawemi, Senior Advocate, Nigeria, my dear brother, the Minister of State, Industries, the civil senators, you are present, particularly Senator Allwell, and Senator Agom Jeribe, the President of the Court of Appeal and Justices of the Court of Appeal that are here, the President of the Nigerian Industrial Court and Justices of the Nigerian Industrial Court, my dear brother and friend who has always supported us, Damian Dodo, SN, who has always made sure that he attends every of our commissioning that has to do with the judiciary. I sincerely thank you for coming. Our dear leaders, my chief, Newelemo, or Sergeant Tausi, and all the members of the Rainbow Coalition that are here, mandate secretaries, head of service of the FCT, and permanent secretaries that are here, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I said yesterday, let me not forget, even though I'm eating yesterday, I want to eat today too. So let me also recognize my dear wife. I hope today's soup will be better than yesterday's soup. Justice Susan Tebrechi, Nyesom Wike. Mr. President, let me also thank you for attending the 5 of our commissioning program. Today we're here to commission and hand over the residents of the Justice of Court of Appeal. When we hand over, what they do with it is no longer our responsibility. Luckily, we have given them their CFO. So we have given them their CFO. The day, my Lord, the Chief Justice, who laid the foundation of these projects, the one of the Court of Appeal, the one of the Federal High Court, and the one of the FCT High Court. Let me just say that sometimes our public officers we're always afraid of what people will say. When we came on board, and Mr. President had given out this directive, not only to provide a complex for the Abuja Division Court of Appeal, he did also say about their residence. So we left office. I was looking around where we can get land for this project. Now we are seeing roads here. There was no road at all. So this land belongs to Julius Berger. I will say they signed Julius Berger. They said, this is the property of Julius Berger. I said, thank you very much. So I looked around, no road, nowhere to take land. So I went back to the office. I said, when did I allocate this land to Julius Berger? 15 years ago. I said, fine. I called Julius Berger 15 years ago. You've not developed the land. He said, oh, they are waiting for infrastructure. I said, okay, you are waiting for infrastructure. After taking our land, no problem. I revoked the land for public interest. So all about social media, oh, it's a land grabber. He has come to grab land. He will see what happens. So, I'm not in social media. So one day I came back home and my wife was asking me, what's all this? You grabbing land, grabbing. I said, look, I'm a politician. Do your own work. Let me do my own work. If you don't want to be abused, don't be a politician. In fact, the day you become a politician, the day they will write your history. Even those who don't know you, they will write your history. And so I thank God we are here today. They can now see that I didn't come to grab land. I only came to see where we can develop, provide infrastructure for the judicial officers. So I want to tell everybody that once you know what you are doing, don't bother. I don't even listen to what people are saying. I have thick skin. If they like abuse me from morning till night, I just come back, I ask my wife, is there any good whiskey? Say yes, take my whiskey. I go and sleep. While you are worrying yourself, I'm just sleeping very well, So when you see me, say, why is it that you are not worried? I say, worry for what? What's the problem? They are calling your name everywhere. If I'm not important, will they call my name? So don't bother yourself, we'll do our work. Yeah, that's where we are going to flag off the industrial court. People have started developing. I said, who are these people developing here? They saw we are private developers. I said, okay, because you have seen road here. I said, okay, here are where judges will live. I have declared here as judges' quarters. So I don't know I'm going to take over the whole land there, and which I did. They started complaining. I said, look, I'll pay compensation. Come and take your compensation. I don't know who is going to build, who is going to stay at the top floor. I'm looking to where the judges are staying. Some could be kidnappers, you never can tell. And then they are waiting for you. Once you come up for the gate, something happens. So I've taken over the whole of that land. Even the one that is there, I've told them to ask the owner, we are buying it off. And hand it over to the judiciary. So that we will have to also protect them. It's very important. The contractor for this project has said there will be police station. I don't know who told him. I hope you know that you will not be the contractor. That is a different job. So don't include it in your own new job now. Nigerians will have it this way. Instead of you to come directly to say, look, since you're going to build police station, since I'm still here, let me do it. You have come to announce that there will be a police station as if you are the one that was going to pay. So that is not for you. Yes, we are building police station, but it will go to another contractor so that you don't go home and start jubilating. Now, let me say this. Very beautiful. Everybody has seen it. Everybody commended it. But the problem we have is lack of maintenance culture. I have told people, yes, you may say it's government property, but who is occupying it? You must take it as your own personal property. The way you live in your own private house is also the way you should take it. Mr. President, I don't want you to be angry. because you are president, you are also the attorney general. When I built the Nigerian Law School campus in Port Harcourt, they provided everything, lecturers' quarters, wherever. Kept things that they will use to make money to sustain the school. We can't believe it. If they go back there, they can't cut the grasses. I feel so bad. You see, I tell people, it is easy to criticize those in power. But I also ask you, you that is managing ordinary association, ordinary one small campus, you cannot take care of it. Not to talk about governing a complex country like this. When you see anything, you criticize the government. But small thing for you to carry out is difficult. That is not the way it's supposed to be. We will be happy in the next 6 months. If we come here, it still looks neat like this. So, my Lord, I don't know how you're going to do it, but please emphasize to them that you cannot talk of being a person to God if you don't take cleanliness very, very serious. So I beg that in the next 6 months, we should see this building as it is, even though the contractor has 6 months maintenance before you finally hand over. But it's very, very key. Let me also say that federal government cannot do everything. It is not possible. I challenge states, governors, I say this. If there's one division in state A, and that state A, the governor knows that the federal high court is there, whom are they rendering services to? They are not rendering services to state B. It's state A. The Court of Appeal is there. Whom are they rendering services to? It's their state. The industrial court is there. When I was governor, we used to go to Bayelsa State for industrial court. And 80% of the cases come from rivers. So I said, why are we going to Bayelsa? I came and met the then president of industrial court. I said, sir, why do we go to Bayelsa? He said, well, they approached the state and the state was not willing. I said, I'm willing. Give me the design. He gave me the design. We built for them, provided accommodations for them. Today, our people no longer go to have their cases. You can imagine going to Bayelsa and anything can happen, accident or whatever. So it behoves on us. Look at our Court of Appeal in Port Harcourt. As a governor, the whole place was leaking. They were merely sitting with plastic chairs. I said, no, I want to say this so people understand. When they say, oh, you are doing these things to buy judiciary over. Let me say this clearly. As at that time, Justice Bukachua was the president of the Court of Appeal. My election was nullified. My lord here was the chairman of the panel who nullified my election that time. So ordinarily, I will not agree to do anything. But who is going to lose? My people in the state will lose. Today, maybe apart from this, our Lagos have not been there. I think another Court of Appeal that you can go to, that's it, is probably the division of the Court of Appeal. Look at the residences of the justices. So I didn't wait for federal government. If I wait for federal government, it will take a long time. So I challenge states, do not leave everything for federal government. Take also that look, it doesn't cost us much. You will see that judiciary will be different. That independence we're talking about, they will have it. So state A, if you have a division, do the same thing. How many justices are there? 5. In those divisions will be 5. You can provide accommodation for them and build a befitting. Nobody will say that you did not do anything. There was a time as lawyers, the body of benchers invited all lawyers who are members of the profession. And that time they had to complete the body of benchers hall. All of us, the lawyers, we were about 5. They said, what can you do to support the system? It was only one person that did it. They said, oh, because he has money, he wants to show off. That is not the case. If as governor, I have the position to help my constituency, and then I don't, tomorrow, I'll come out to begin to say, the problem we have in this country is because the government does not want to fund the judiciary. No infrastructure, find English language. You speak from Queen's English, those who went to Harvard, Oxford, but you were there. What did you do? It's easy to criticize. What did you do? So, for us, my Lord, we will continue to do whatever it is important to do. And that's why Mr. President has said, look, do not bother. Go ahead and do whatever you think we should do to improve the welfare of judges and justices. So, Mr. President, I thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. I don't think there's any sane person that will come here and will say it's not fine. No. When if you are doing your work, maybe in the midnight, you're a bit tired, you can come out here, take a chair, relax. Maybe you want to communicate to God. It's easier that time to communicate to God because you're in a silent place, very quiet environment. God does not answer when the place is noisy. God answers prayers when the place is calm. I've had that experience. On that note, sir, I invite you to come and commission this to the glory of God. Thank you very much.
My Lord, the Honorable the President of Court of Appeal, Honorable Justice Monica Dongba-Mensah, CFR, my Lord of the National Industrial Court, that is the President of National Industrial Court, Honorable Justice Benedict Bakwayo, PhD, OFR, my noble lords of the Court of Appeal here present, and there are many, my brother of the Federal Executive Council, John Moke Enon, Honorable Minister of State for Industry, Trade and Investment, my noble Lord, distinguished members of the National Assembly, particularly the senators here present, my Lord, and the Honorable Ministers, jewel of inestimable value, Honorable Justice Susan Eberechi Wike, JCA, my brother Silk, Dimian Dodo, I recognize you because I know that you have always been showing keen interest in the affairs of the judiciary. Thank you very much for coming. Professor, again, Mrs. Eugenia Abu, I mentioned yesterday that I regard her as a professor, and I still do, for reasons that I gave yesterday. Members of the Fourth Estate of the REM, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I join your lordships, distinguished guests, and members of the legal community at this important occasion of commissioning the 10th Court of Appeal Judges Quarters here in the Federal Capital Territory, Katampe, Federal Capital Territory. This event marks part of the series of judicial infrastructure projects being commissioned over a 3-week period to commemorate the 3rd anniversary of this administration. We are now in the 2nd week of this historic and unprecedented exercise. Yesterday, His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, represented me to commission the magnificent Court of Appeal Complex, a landmark project that stands as a testament to this administration's dedication to improving the physical infrastructure of our justice sector. Today, we gather to commission yet another critical facility, that is the 10th Court of Appeal Judges' Quarters. I am particularly honored to be here today, and I understand and I say that under my leadership, I can assure you of the federal government's unwavering commitment to strengthening democratic institutions and advancing the administration of justice, continue to inspire confidence in our nation's governance architecture. Today's event is much more than the unveiling of a physical infrastructure. It is a tangible demonstration of federal government's enduring commitment to the welfare, independence, efficiency, and dignity of the judiciary. It reflects our collective understanding that a strong and effective justice sector requires not only sound laws and competent judicial officers, but also the infrastructure and support system necessary to enable the judiciary to perform its constitutional responsibilities without hindrance. The commissioning of these judges' quarters is particularly significant because it is the direct outcome of our deliberate policy of providing practical support to the judiciary as a co-equal arm of government, recognizing the critical role of the court in sustaining democracy, protecting rights, resolving disputes, and fostering economic development. I directed the Honorable Minister of Federal Capital Territory to undertake this important project as part of the administration's broad efforts to strengthen judicial institutions and improve the welfare of judicial officers. Worthy of note is that this project, as I keep saying, is a special intervention by the federal government, distinct and separate from the judiciary's statutory budgetary allocation, which have themselves witnessed significant increases under my administration. Their delivery, therefore, goes beyond the fulfillment of routine funding obligations and a deliberate, far-reaching commitment to strengthening the judiciary through sustained investment in critical infrastructure, thereby enhancing its independence and effectiveness. I wish to commend my dependable, hardworking, diligent, and a man of taste, Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Nyesom Wike, CON, and his team for the diligence, dedication, and efficiency with which this directive was implemented. The successful completion of this project is a testament to what can be achieved when leadership is guided by vision, commitment, and a genuine desire to serve the public interest. Under my leadership, the federal government has consistently demonstrated its support for the judiciary through various initiatives. Engagement on judicial welfare, improvement in judicial infrastructure, support for institutional reforms, and measures aimed at enhancing the efficiency and effectiveness of justice delivery across the country. This administration firmly believes that the judiciary must be adequately resourced and empowered to discharge its constitutional mandate in a manner that inspires public trust and confidence. Indeed, the welfare of judicial officers is not a matter of privilege. It is a strategic investment in the rule of law. When judges are provided with secure accommodation, conducive working environments, and the institutional support necessary to carry out their functions, the entire justice system benefits, and ultimately, the nation as well. If you look to your right, your far right, which is my own far left, is a large expanse of land devoted or earmarked for the construction of judges' quarters of the National Industrial Courts and Code of Conduct Bureau. Behind me is a large expanse of land devoted to the construction, which will soon be commissioned, of judges of the Federal High Court and High Court of Federal Capital Territory. Well, it's still going on. And I wonder whether this area should not be declared the judiciary boulevard or judiciary area. A well-supported judiciary is indispensable to good governance, economic growth, investment confidence, and social stability. Accordingly, every effort must be made to strengthen judicial institutions. Accordingly, every effort made to strengthen judicial institutions should be seen not as a mere expenditure, but an investment in democracy, peace, and national development. I am confident that these facilities will not only enhance the welfare and comfort of distinguished justices of the Court of Appeal who will occupy it, but will also contribute to greater institutional effectiveness and the continued delivery of quality justice to the Nigerian people. I congratulate the President of the Court of Appeal and honorable justices of the Court of Appeal, the Federal Capital Territory Administration under the able leadership of His Excellency Nyesom Wike, CON, Live Ventures, and all those whose efforts have contributed to the realization of this project. As we celebrate this achievement, I wish to respectfully encourage state governments and other subnational authorities across the Federation to emulate this commendable example. The responsibility of supporting the judiciary does not rest solely with the federal government. State governments have a corresponding obligation to ensure that their respective judiciaries are adequately funded, properly equipped, and provided with infrastructure necessary for effective service delivery. That said, I now say that it is now my singular honor and privilege on behalf of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to formally commission the 10th Court of Appeal Judges' Quarters. May these facilities serve its purpose for many years to come and stand as a lasting symbol of our collective commitment to justice, rule of law, and national progress. Thank you very much, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
We thank the representative of Mr. President, the Attorney General. We thank him for delivering Mr. President's speech. I'd like to welcome and greet the Chief Judge of the FCT High Court, Honorable Justice Hussaini Baba Yusuf, Secretary NJC, Barrister Ahmed Gambosale, Esquire.
To the glory of God and advancement of the rule of law, it is my honor and privilege to cut the tape of this residence. May those who be living here live in peace and achieve the purpose for which the judiciary is established. Thank you.
Where's the plaque?
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, we have come to the segment of the laying of a foundation for the turn of the judges' quarters for judges of the National Industrial Court, and in accordance with the policy of the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to Italy. Yes. Even the judge, Court of Appeal, appealed it was less than a year. Last year, July. This year, June.
Play the national anthem at this time. The national anthem, please. Thank you very much. We would like to thank the representative of Mr. President, who has done the official commissioning of judges' quarters, 10 number, and the flag off of additional quarters for National Industrial Court and Code of Conduct Tribunal. We thank him very much, and we thank the Honorable Minister and all the stakeholders who have come to join us for this epoch-making ceremony. Thank you very much. This event stands officially closed.
AIT, sharing the African experience.
Hurts me really bad because I see the woman that I love drift apart, far and far. It's never my intention to divorce you. Please, I swear to God, I will never cheat on you. I swear.
I haven't been entirely honest with you.
Baby, listen to me. Even if you have been cheating on me, I don't care.
No.
I deserve it.
I'm not cheating. I would never cheat.
I will do everything in my power to change. I will do everything to be prudent. If not for anything, but because of our future.
I know. I promise to be respected. That you handle the issues henceforth. Inside our board, more than 100 people from Gambia. Some people are Nigerians, some people are from Liberia, many countries in Africa. The day we try to cross, our boat have problem, and the weather also is not that much good. You see, water is coming inside our boat, so we decided to return back, because if we want to continue, we may all die there. I want to go to Italy that time, through Libya. That time I'm 25, no money, no work, family. So I see many people who went there, they succeeded, they are helping their family. So I also decided to go. When I succeed, I also help his family issue. I used to watch news. I see some people die there, but what I intend, I should try and get that one. From Gambia here, I went to Mauritania, and I spent 5 months in Mauritania. Then from Mauritania, I went to Mali, and from Mali, I went to Niger. Yeah, Niger, we spent some months there. Then from Niger, we went to Libya. I stayed in Libya 1 year, some months. The whole journey took me 2 years, some months. We are doing construction works, animal works, so that you can get money. In Libya, you go to Sabah, from Sabah to Tripoli, and from Tripoli, you go to Riverside, where they take boat to cross. We spend some months at Riverside, try to cross, but unfortunately, we cannot. Yeah.
The main reason of migration in the country is for economic reason. Since 2017, we have more than 7,000 returnees. Contrary to the common understanding, they are usually educated. They were working before deciding to travel abroad. In terms of return, they are mostly coming from Libya, but also Niger because it's a transit country. But when we look at main interest, it's Europe, basically.
I spent in Libya for more time, then I decided to come back. We went to Riverside again. Soldiers, they come there again, they cut everyone. They take you to prison. I'm in prison for 2 months. It's very hard. Food is problem there. The place is not that much clean. And beating also, they will come there and beat people. They will collect everything from you. After then, even people came there and they just try to manage. My dream, I want to open my own shop, aluminum work. You can have money in Gambia here. But I'm lacking materials and also financial support. I will not try the journey again. Too dangerous, too risky. Now, if I will leave by aeroplane, but not through back here.
Butter's Photo Club offers